Thank you for joining me. Delighted to see so many of you here. Well, there's no one here yet, but I'm sure you guys will be coming in any second, ready to do something really, really incredible. So thank you. It's the day we go public. Monday is the My365 day where everyone can see this broadcast. Everyone is entitled to this information that we really believe could seriously change your life and help you be even more incredible than you already are. And this whole 2 months, we're focusing on something that I think is just so important. And it's the whole concept of upgrading your life. You know, I think that maybe we just don't realize that we all have within our capabilities the opportunity of upgrading, of making our lives better than they are today. But sometimes the easiest thing to do is just do nothing. The easiest thing to do is just to stay put. We'd really appreciate it on a Monday if you could share this broadcast. Just click share. Let's get it out there. You never know the difference that this could make to someone's life just by them just watching this. You know, just the realization of waking up and looking at life with a fresh pair of eyes. So most people don't change when you tell them what to do. Most people change when their perspective changes, where they go, you know what? I never thought of it like that. And that can help people change for a while. But when people really do change, that's what I want to look at today. And one of the things I've been promising to share with you is some real practical information and new ways of looking at things. And look, we've got so many people here. We've got 114 people already tuned in on Facebook, and we really appreciate every single one of you. So Upgrade Your Life is all about taking you to a whole new level. And when we look at us, we are the hardware, right? This whole thing here, this is hardware. This is what you have. This is what you're born with. It's pretty cool. It might not work the way you want it to, as in your body and your mind. But there's always something you can do. And remember, who invented the computer? The computer was invented by the mind of a person. So the person created the computer in almost in a very similar way to how our minds work. Now, we know how much computers have evolved. But if I was to take this computer and look inside it, I really wouldn't really have a clue what was going on. I wouldn't really understand it. And most of us wouldn't. And it's the same thing with our cars. A lot of the machines that we have, if there was a problem with a machine, we probably wouldn't try and fix it ourselves. We'd probably take it to someone else and ask them to fix it for us, especially if it wasn't working the way that we want it to work. So let me ask you this today. How many of you are working the way that you want to work? How many of you are you have the life you want. You're fit, you're healthy, you're positive, you feel in control of your emotions. Everything is just exactly the way that you want it to be. Or are there areas of your life that you want to upgrade? Do you want to upgrade your finances? Do you want to upgrade your relationships? Do you want to upgrade your confidence? Do you want to upgrade your job? Do you want to, what is it in your life? Do you want to upgrade your emotions? Do you want to be able to feel joy more? Are there areas of your life that you want to improve? You see, of course there are. That's why you're watching this. It's probably why you've got a pen and paper to hand and you go, you know what? I want to understand what it takes to upgrade. You see, I don't specialize in computers. I don't specialize in cars. But what I do specialize in is helping and inspiring people like you to be able to go inside, to rewire the way that we move through the world so you can be more of the person that you would like to be. But you see, the most incredible thing, which we'll look at in a moment, but how many of you that are a part of My365 last week, you had an awesome week? Maybe just give a few words just to explain to a few people maybe who aren't My365 Elite what you got out of last week. Because we took something that was good, My365 Elite, and we upgraded Elite to make it a better experience for our members. And you can become an Elite member. But just take a few moments to have a look and just see what some people achieved just last week, just in 1 week, because so many of our members made comments, made videos, and it was so inspiring to see people being plugged in and going, you know what, I'm up for it. What do I need to do? I want to upgrade. And it's unbelievable. So many look at this. This is the true, this is what it's all about. Look, mind-blowing. Thank you for all these comments, by the way. We really appreciate it. Many light bulb moments. Many people are going to achieve so many incredible things, and we are so excited to work with our members. And like I say, if you want to become a My365 Elite member, click on the link in this post, and you can find out exactly what it is that you need to do, because you can become the person that you really know that you're capable of being. And one of the things I have noticed with human beings, and I have to be really open and honest, would that be okay if I was open and honest with you? Because one of the things that I have seen with human beings is that the reason many of us get depressed or worried or anxious is because we are not being who we are capable of being. And I think if you remove all of the noise of the distraction that we have in our life, and you listened, really listen to your intuition, you'd know that there's more to you than meets the eye, and that there's almost a calling for you. There's a calling for you to give your unique gifts and talents to the world. And isn't this amazing, all of these comments here? So, I appreciate every single one of you have shown up here this morning, and, you want to be inspired. And I promise you this week, once again, we're going to take this to a whole new level. I appreciate everyone's, I could just spend an hour just looking at all of these, but that's not what we're here to do. What we're here to look at today is the really interesting thing, and this is what I promised I would talk about today. And some of you have maybe heard me talk about this before, but it doesn't matter. Just because you've heard it once, you think you've got it. So here we go. You and I both have this hardware. Here it is. Here it is. Here is my hands, my body, my mind. It's all here, the hardware. The software are the programs that are running behind. And most of us don't even realize what the programs are going on behind. We just don't realize it. But one of the key things to being coached is to become aware. You become aware. You start to, that's the key. And it's like, oh, hello. We change when we become aware. So people say, what's the most powerful tool to change and transform your life? Well, it's a tool, but it's not really a tool. It's called awareness. It's just when you wake up and you start to really look at things differently. And in order to do that, it can be quite challenging because there's so much noise going on. There's so much distraction going on in the world that sometimes it's hard for us to become aware of the software that is running the hardware. Does that make sense to everyone? Just say yes if you understand that. What software do you have on your computer? What programs do you have on your computer? Because the programs are driven by the software that runs the program. So what programs have I got? I've got Mac Mail, I've got Safari, I've got Chrome, I've got Skype, I've got Spotify, I've got WhatsApp. I've got all these programs, and they are run by software. So we have the program of confidence. We have the program of getting stuff done. But it's the software that is running it. And for most of us, the software that is running our brain, when we start, yes, hello, here's my brain, I'm just going to have a look at this. Yes, very interesting. You seem to have a couple of strange ways of running yourself into the ground. I see you experience quite a lot of negative emotion and stress. Now, if I was looking at the software that was running this, well, what is it? Well, in most cases, it's the software of, as we discussed last week, I'm not good enough. I'm not quite right the way that we are. Yeah, I gave a talk last week to some teachers who want to empower students. And I gave a talk to 50 young golfers at a golf school that I used to work at. And I think when we talk about they've never had it so good. They've never had it so easy. I think they've never, ever had it so difficult, because if we're looking at the brains of people, especially young people all over the world, what is it that they're trying to do? They're trying to fit into a world. They are trying to be like other people. They are looking for acceptance. They are more insecure than we probably were. But the insecurity that we have, it's still a choice. It's still a program. And in order to change See, this is the crazy things. You want to change something on your computer, it can happen really easy. You can just delete it. You can put something into the trash. You can reinstall. You can uninstall. With us, you can do the same thing, my friends. You can do the same thing, but the challenge with doing all of this is it takes time. If you look at nature, it takes time. You can't be in winter and go, come on, summer, where are you? Please, 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 where are you? It's cold, it's cold. No, no, no. You have to let nature take its course. And if you want to go to work on yourself and you are a part of nature, patience and persistence are an absolute prerequisite. And as I said right in the beginning, and I wanted to bring this to the surface, is what do trees want to do? You know, what does the grass want to do? It wants to grow. It wants to grow. And you want to grow. You want to grow. You want to experience life to the full. You know you do. Every single one of us does. But what gets in our way is that software. And when you see people start to rewrite the software, is when they have a big enough need to. Do you have a big enough need? Do you have a big enough reason? Please write this down. Write this down. Please, I dare you, write this down. Why? 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 What is your why? Why would you want to upgrade? Why would you want to improve your health, your fitness? Why? What's the point? Why not just stay and watch Jeremy Kyle or EastEnders, or look at the newspaper, or keep eating junk food? You know, why would you want to change? I mean, this is work. You're going to have to work at this. You know, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to dedicate yourself to this. You know, and one of the things we're going to be looking at this week is how to build your character. Your character. And the word character comes from the word to chisel. Look, this is a chisel. To chisel away. This is, can you believe that? To develop your character, you have to chisel away every single day. Every day. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Come on. Is it worth it? Why not just stay the way you are? Just switch off. Stop watching this. What's the point of watching this? What's the point of going to work on yourself? It's not worth it. It's not worth getting yourself a world-class coach. It's not worth it. It's not worth working with a community of like-minded people. It's not worth it. Honestly, give up. Just give up. Turn it off. Turn it off. Honestly, I'll see you later. It's not worth it. I'm just going to go back to, I don't know, being miserable. I'm going to go back to thinking I'm not good enough, which was a software that I ran in my brain for years. And I wondered why I developed some serious issues. Is it worth it? You know it is, because I'll tell you why I think it's worth it is the true feeling, the feeling of fulfillment, the feeling of contributing. That's one of the greatest wholesome feelings that any human being can have. And I challenge you, come on a journey with me. Let me provide a space for you to go to work on yourself. There's no difference between you and someone who has done some amazing things with their life. It's just your focus. And this is where I wanted to wrap this up and really hit home with a key message, right? So if we're looking at your brain and we're looking at, this is interesting. You see, okay, what's driving you? What's driving you forwards? In many of us, what's driving the machine is some really old and outdated software, some really poor beliefs. I'm not good enough. I won't be loved. It's not worth it. Why am I so fat? Why am I so stupid? Why do I feel this way? Some really poor questioning of what we're doing, who we are. And that's driving us just round in circles. And this is the most fascinating thing, I believe, about human beings, is when do I get to see the best in you? When? In most cases, when you've got a big enough why. When you're fed up. For most people, what drives them forwards is when they're fed up. They've had enough. The straw has broken the camel's back, and that's it. And it drives them forwards, but it doesn't drive them very far. People who were really driven to success, what's driving Pete Cohen? Well, he wants to impact 100 million people around the world. And you are one of those people. It gets me up extremely early in the morning. What about you? What's driving you? You see, when you have something that you're working towards and you see it and it's important to you, it doesn't have to be something grandiose, but it's what is driving you forwards. And that's what I want you to think about today. And as my colleague arrives, just hang on a second. Hannah, Cosimo's here. So my colleague has arrived. for a breakfast meeting this morning, which I'm super excited about because we are taking this to a whole new level. We're taking this into organizations. We are taking this to the world. My 365 is becoming our 365, which is inspiring people in organizations to be the very, very best that they can be. If you are a My 365 on our weight loss challenge, join me at 7:30 for a very quick broadcast this morning, and we have a very special broadcast for you tonight at 7:30. 7:30 tonight for our weight loss guru challenge people, weight loss My 365 weight loss challenge. So does everyone get this? Does everyone understand where we're coming from with this? So what I want all of you to understand is, what is the software? What is the software that is running the machine? And understand that you are more than that software. Take some time today to ask yourself, why? Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, and really contemplate the question, why? Why am I doing it? Is it worth it? And this week, I'm going to show you on My 365 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday how to start chiseling away at your character for you to become the best version of yourself, how to create that. Look, when Michelangelo decided to get this big bit of marble and chisel away at the marble for the statue of David to come out, he didn't do it over time. He didn't do it like in one moment. He did it over time, chiseling a little bit every single day for the world to see the very, very best of you. It is so worth it. We've only just we're creating stories that will change the world, because the world changes when you change. What is your why? Thank you for being here today. If you want to become a My 365 Elite member, click on the link below. I believe it's the best investment you'll ever make in your own personal development. It's not just about me. It's about the information that we can provide you and the journey, the road that you can go on with so many other like-minded people. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. All the best. Much love.